Well, welcome back to the AI Chef's Kitchen, and welcome, Chef David.
Good to see you, Chef Kevin.
Well, so today in the kitchen, we are going to make PowerPoint punch.
Ooh,
And you may say, what is PowerPoint punch? That'd be a good question.
what
The
is
thing
PowerPoint
that,
Punch?
there you go. Well, okay. So what exactly makes a drink called a punch? So like the term punch really refers to a variety of drinks. Typically they contain fruits or fruit juice, and they could be alcoholic or non-alcoholic. It seems like many of these things, no one really knows where the name punch came from. There's some thoughts that it came from the Hindu word. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's like panch, which meant five because a typical punch included things like five ingredients: alcohol, sugar, juice, and then either butter or honey or something, right? But when we're talking about PowerPoint punch, we're talking more about like punching up a presentation, making it
uh,
be more persuasive, right? I think a lot of demos, they go in and they say, hey, PowerPoint, create a presentation on ABC. But, the truth of the matter is, most of us in business, we've got some content, right? It's like we just can't rely on AI to do all the work. So let's switch over to the Copilot cooktop, which in this case is in PowerPoint. So I recently did a presentation on, I called it the musings on AI assistance for the CPaaS Acceleration Alliance. So I just brought this up in PowerPoint. And so I'm going to start with one non-AI tip to help make your presentation, I'd say, more effective and more persuasive. And I learned this from a CIO. If you're presenting to executives, the truth of the matter is they're super busy. And let's say you have a half an hour meeting. A lot of times what I've found is they get called out after the first 5 minutes because something comes
yes.
up. So my non-AI tip is, as opposed to telling a story in your presentation, which is wonderful, and then at the end saying, therefore, ta-da, or this is my ask, or whatever, it's like the non-AI tip for executives is lead with a slide that is a summary and has the ask right on the first slide, because maybe you only get 5 minutes of the executive's time. Similar if
Sure.
you're presenting to the board or what have you, right? So anyway, but now I'm going to use AI. And so here we have Copilot, Microsoft 365 Copilot in PowerPoint. So I am going to bring up Copilot here. And what I would like to do is I've got this presentation. It's 34 slides, but I'm going to ask PowerPoint, Copilot in PowerPoint, can you help me make this presentation more persuasive?
Ah,
And here's the thing. Um, it's kind of like if you go into the kitchen with Copilot, some days you got some charcoal briquettes, some days you got a gas stove, some days it's a microwave, some days it's in a super duper induction cooktop. So if you've tried PowerPoint Copilot before, but months ago or even weeks ago, go back to the kitchen and give it another shot, because if you look at it here, let's take a look. I won't read this all to you, but so I asked it to make it more persuasive. It says, hey, Kevin, here's some presentation. Here's a ways to do it. Slide one, okay, start with a compelling hook, personal introduction, but it's referencing specific slides. It says slide three, where I talk about who I am. It says, I never like to start with that as slide one. I always like to get a bit of a hook. But it's telling me what to do there. Slide four, it's saying use some impactful, visuals. It keeps going through. So it went through
nice.
my specific slides, challenges and opportunities, slides 31 and 32. It's like, hey, do this, right? And then it's got additional tips, which are more generic. But I want to point out that Copilot is like looking at every single slide and giving me very specific. And so now at the bottom it says, hey, would you like me to make more specific? So I said, so it gives me a bunch of things. It always like proposes. So I'm gonna click on this. Can you suggest a compelling hook for slide one? Sure. Okay, let's get it to do it, because I don't know what to say. I thought I did pretty good. Sure, here's the thing. It says, okay, it wants me to say this. Imagine a world where AI assistants not only understand your needs, but anticipate them before you even realize. Welcome to the future of AI and agents that transform the way we work and live. I mean, I
That's a
don't
good
know, that's pretty
opener. It's a
that's
good
pretty
opener.
good, right?
Yeah, it's a good
So,
opener.
and it even explains, it says the hook sets the stage and all this stuff. So, it can suggest visuals. So here is a great way to you take a presentation, you're not asking AI to create everything because we've seen how that can go awry, but you're asking it to punch it up, make it more persuasive, and Copilot is able to go through PowerPoint and give you very specific suggestions and really, can help you be a better presenter. So I love this tip, and what's not to love about Punch?
Yeah. Yeah, the sugar. The sugar is what,
Oh,
what not to love about punch. No, I love this tip, and it shows one of the things that we've been loving about these UC integrated AI solutions. I've been doing I've been trying to get similar help from ChatGPT and from Copilot and everything else, but it's a back and forth. It's a, okay, I edited the slide, let me describe it to you. Now give me a tip. Now let me describe to you, let me give me a tip. You have to keep telling it what's in the doc because it can't see the doc. So
right.
these panel AI companion thingies, whatever you want to call them, I love them because they can see the doc. And you just saw the power of the kind of help you can get slide by slide and overall tips and really understanding, what you're trying to get across in your presentation.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that this is Copilot, AI Companion, Gemini for Google Workspace. They all have that context which we talked about. But this is a great tip. And once again, if you haven't tried Copilot and PowerPoint recently, whether you're trying to punch up your presentation or critique it or summarize it, give it another try because it keeps getting better and better. So you got to
Yeah.
keep cooking in the AI kitchen.
All right. And with that, thanks everyone for watching, and we'll see you next week. Please like and subscribe. Take care.